Good morning, everybody. My name is Brooke. If you happen to be new here, then please feel free to subscribe down below. I make a lot of videos about health and food and my diet, and I'm also 26 weeks pregnant, so I make a lot of videos about that. And I also make ASMR videos if you like to feel relaxed. But if you are a returning subscriber, thank you for coming back. I know that some of my OG subscribers really enjoy these videos, as well as people who are pregnant and maybe plant-based as well, and they like to kind of see what I eat, because it is different, that's for sure, to eat as a pregnant person instead of just eating normally. So, but anybody can eat the way that I'm gonna eat today. It's all extremely healthful. I'm just trying to pay a little bit more attention to what I'm eating so that I can give the baby all of the good things. So without further ado, let's get started. It is 10:06 in the morning and I do have to go to work at 10:30, and normally I don't eat before work. I wait until I get off work and come home, so usually not until like 1:30 to 3:30, but I feel like that's not good because it's kind of like an intermittent fasting style of eating, and I know that you're not supposed to do that while pregnant. So I'm gonna eat just a little something to tide me over until the end of work. And I actually started doing this yesterday because I did my first prenatal yoga class last night, and I was just like, you know what, I should probably start my day off right today and eat some oatmeal, and it actually felt pretty good. So that's what I'm going to do today, and I'll show you all of the things that I add to it right now. But first, before we get started, here is my little bump, just to give you a little update. There she is. Kind of just looks like I've gained some weight, but I haven't. I'm still 10 pounds down from my prenatal weight. So before I got pregnant, I was actually about 161.2 pounds, about. That's exactly how much I weighed. And now I weigh 151. So I haven't gained weight in that way, but I've definitely gained weight in my belly area. So let's make this oatmeal. So this oatmeal actually is made very quickly because I use a really small pan, and I only use about a half cup of water because that's all I need, because I'm only going to be doing about a quarter cup of oats. I just don't eat very much in the morning. I'm not very hungry, and if I eat too much any time of the day, I feel really full and sick. So I literally just splashed, immediately, like just splashed this water into the pan and put it on high, and it is almost boiling. So after the water starts to boil, then I'm going to just add a quarter cup of regular rolled oats. I think they might be quick oats. I don't know. I got them in bulk like 6 months ago, so I don't know exactly what kind they are. I think they're just the Quaker oats. So as you can see, the little water that I do have is boiling. I'm just gonna take my oats and just throw them in and give them a stir. Oh, that's my alarm telling me to leave for work. I'm not going to. And I'm just going to turn the heat down here because they're already like cooked, and I don't want them to be cooked right away because I'm not ready. And grab some organic vanilla soy milk. This is just the Walmart brand actually, so it's the cheapest soy milk I can find. And not add too much, but just a little splash. To help thicken it up and to add some omegas and healthy fats, I'm just going to be adding a little bit of this premium flaxseed meal. It's whole ground, so it's not the flax seeds, it's the ground bits, you know what I'm saying? So just about a tablespoon of that. I'll zoom you in a little closer. I'm going to add some cinnamon, just a little bit. Smells delicious. There we go. Now it's starting to thicken up just a little bit. But wait, there's more. This is an interesting one, but it's good, I promise. I'm going to be adding about a half of a teaspoon to a teaspoon of organic virgin coconut oil. And I do this because it adds some extra calories, which I need. I like it to add some creaminess and also just, you know, some more fat, because I don't eat a lot of fat. The only fat I eat throughout the day is that flaxseed and maybe some avocado later. Normally I stay away from oil. I don't use it in cooking whatsoever, but just in my oatmeal I like a little bit. Also just going to add some sweetness with some pure maple syrup, because this is very high in calories, and I don't want to do like a total calorie bomb at breakfast. I just want a little something. I'm gonna turn down the heat because it's thickened up exactly where I want it to. Just give it a stir and let it sit on low. I'm just going to cut up a small apple. I'm not going to use all of it in my oatmeal because that would literally just be like a bowl of apples with some oatmeal. So I'm going to cut up most of it, not perfectly, just into little squares. This is an older apple, so it's kind of like mushy, which I would never eat by itself, but I like it in my oatmeal because, you know, the heat kind of makes it mushy anyways, so it's not like eating a mushy apple. It's just like, oh, nice apple cinnamon oatmeal. So I am just cutting it up very haphazardly, and again, I gotta get to work. I don't have 30 minutes to make this a nice presentation and, you know, all that good stuff, like Instagram worthy. I just have enough time to make my oatmeal and eat it in the car on the way to work. You know what I'm saying? That's all I got time for. So the rest of I'm just gonna use this much. It's about half, I guess, of an apple. I'm gonna give the rest to my dog. You're welcome. You could do this with any fruit. I just happen to be liking the apples lately, and like I said, the apples are going bad, so I do have to use them up. They also taste great with the cinnamon. Oh no, I lost some. Oh no! And the brown sugar. So, or not the brown sugar, the cinnamon and the maple syrup. They go really well with that. I said that it was ready to go, but that was a total lie, because I'm going to be adding some sliced almonds on top, just for a little more crunch and again some healthy fats. Also, I want to make it clear that I did not say that coconut oil was a healthy fat. I just said that I wanted to add some fats. So, I'm definitely not at this moment, that'll probably change, but I'm not at this moment somebody who's like, oh yeah, like coconut oil is liquid gold and you should be eating it all the time. Like, I don't think that. I don't think that oils are very healthy, or actually I don't think that they're healthy at all. No, not even coconut oil, not even olive oil, but you know, I don't think that they're the worst, that certain oils are the worst thing for you, but I definitely don't think that they're like, you know, the best like some people do. So there is my quick little bowl of oatmeal, and as per usual, look at my cute mug. It is so cute. It says mom to be. I love it. As usual, I'm drinking so much water throughout the day. Probably at least 100 ounces if I had to guess. If not more. So I'm definitely drinking more than a gallon of water a day and feeling really good about that. I figure, like, I already pee a lot, so like it's not affecting me in any way except positive. Crap, I just realized I forgot to start my car. It is gonna be a cold ride to work, because in Minnesota, you have to start your car like 15 minutes before you leave because it's like 20 degrees here, so that's great. But oh well, that's fine. Saving gas money. But anyways, I'm just gonna eat this oatmeal quick on my way to work. You know, it's sweet. It's not sugary sweet. Like, I used to add a lot of brown sugar to my oatmeal, And it's not like that, but it's so sweet from the apples and from that little bit of maple syrup that you really don't need anything else, which makes this an extremely healthful meal. You know? All right, I gotta go. See you guys after work. Okay, so I am off work now. It is 2:13 and I just got home a little while ago and started making myself a salad. I had to put it in a big mixing bowl because my bowls are never big enough for my salads. But inside here, we've just got like a spring mix of lettuce, some iceberg in there too, and then I cut up 2 large carrots, like over a foot long, and I cut those up, put those in there. We've got some red onions and a little bit of tomato and then some croutons as well. I make it myself with the Just brand of mayo and then like some spices. And usually I use almond milk, but this time I didn't have any, so I just mixed it with water. And yeah, it's delicious. It saves me so much money. I've mentioned it in my videos before, but I'm just going to mix it all together and eat this nice big salad.
I love you!
I love you too! And I love a lot of dressing. This is kind of like a dill ranch type dressing. So that is my first little bit. I'm just gonna mix it up. And I love loading my salad up with carrots because it's my favorite part. The carrots are my absolute favorite part of any salad. So usually my salads are more carrot than anything else. And we'll just add this next little bit. It's definitely not the healthiest salad because of the dressing, because I do use quite a bit of that mayo, and although it's plant-based, it is not healthy for you, but I don't care. I love ranch, and it's the only way I'm gonna be getting greens in, unless I add it in a powder for a smoothie. So let's see, I think this is good. That's good. And there we have it. And we are back with another snack. It is 5:28 now, and I'm going to make some dinner, but I'm gonna keep it on the lighter side because we're actually going to a movie tonight, and I know that I'm gonna get popcorn and probably some Sprite, unless they have unsweetened brisk iced tea, in which case I'm gonna have an Arnie Palmer because it's delicious. But anyways, so here's what I'm going to be making for dinner. I had this yesterday and it was so good that I'm going to have it again today. It's this Yes brand. I thought it was Yes to Wellness. I don't know why, but it's Well Yes, and it's by Campbell's actually. And it's the Cajun red bean and vegetable soup. It's got corn, carrots, green bell peppers, lots of beans. I mix this, or I would mix this normally with like more veggies, more like maybe some potatoes, more beans, but it's filling enough, it's delicious enough. I do add some spices to it. I add more red pepper, I add some nutritional yeast, some salt, but per can it's 300 calories and 14 grams of protein. The sodium is very high, 1,090 milligrams, but you know what, a little salt never hurt nobody, and I do not have the time today to make my own soup, especially not one like this, because it just has so many ingredients that I would never buy and never have on hand anyway. So I'm going to be making that, and then again, not my favorite bread to be eating right now, but I realized that it went bad like 11 days ago, and so I was like, I should probably eat that right now. So it's the Sara Lee 45 calories and delightful wheat bread. I would normally prefer a sourdough or something with fewer ingredients. This really doesn't have an insane amount of ingredients, and it does have honey in it if you are vegan and you do not use honey, so keep that in mind. But yeah, I mean, it's not the worst bread for you by any means, but it's certainly not what I would normally prefer. But it's going bad, so I'm not gonna let it go to waste. So I've got that, and I'm going to take 1 avocado and make some avocado toast with it so I can just have something else in addition to the soup. And then in a few hours, I'm gonna be having some movie theater popcorn. So there's that. Let's start cooking. So I have my 2 pieces of toast here, and then I have an avocado, and I think this avocado has gone mushy, so I don't know if I'll be able to use the whole thing. Let's see. Yeah, I can use that. I can use this. It's, you know, not great, but it's not the worst. So I'm gonna use the whole avocado and just put it onto the bread. Avocado is a food, sorry if you hate avocado, but avocado is one of those foods that you should be eating every single day, but especially when you're pregnant. It's very, 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 very important. It's got a lot of healthy fats and other things, but healthy fats is the one that I would use to describe it in a Cosmopolitan article, so that's what we're gonna do. Hopefully someday I aspire to be an Instagram foodie, but that day, honey, it is not today. I am too tired. I do not have the damn time to make my food look pretty. I am going to top these with some of this seasoning. It is the everything bagel seasoning. And I actually got this from Walmart. There's one kind at Trader Joe's that is super, super popular that I'm yet to try because I'm poor and Trader Joe's is very far away. So this is good enough for me. All right, my soup is totally heated up. So I'm just going to add it here. It almost cooks into like a chili, which I think is why I enjoy it so spicy. So this would be good with some crackers, maybe some hard bread. Yeah, if you want to put some dairy-free cheese on there, that would also be delicious. Excuse me, okay. It's got some corn, some carrots, lentils, a bunch of different kinds of beans. I think it has celery in here, tomato. Very, very yummy. So this is my dinner. I just wanted to give you an update. I finished all that food. I don't know how, but it was a lot more than it looked, and I'm so full and so uncomfortable, so I'm gonna go lay down again because it was just too much food. I'm really struggling with finding portion sizes for my new stomach because the sizes that I would eat before, like that would have been nothing to me before I was pregnant, and I could have eaten like 2 bowls of that soup, and like instead of toast I could have eaten a bagel, and like I'm feeling so sick. But now there's just no room in there, and so I can't eat anything, I feel. And granted, that was probably a 600 calorie meal, so it is a lot, but still it's just it feels different in my body now than before. So I'm gonna go try not to throw up and lay down. Hello guys, sorry for all of the excess noise. My dishwasher is going, my dryer is going, and my washing machine is going, so we've got a lot of extra sound. It's actually the next evening. I got back really late at like 12:45, and that's really late for me because lately I've been going to bed at like 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at the latest, so super late night, but we did end up enjoying some popcorn, not as much as I hoped I would. Really like a really small bag of movie theater popcorn, probably a total of like, I don't know, popcorn is always more than I think it is, so like 4 cups, maybe 4 cups of popcorn. And it was delicious, but I was just still so full from dinner, as you guys know. So I did have that, and then even like, and I am so sorry for this lighting and my appearance, by the way. It's late. I'm about to go grocery shopping. I've had a long day. I'm pregnant. Normally I wouldn't even show these because I only had like 5 pieces, but I wanted to show you because CJ got them for me. He was like, I found you vegan gummies. I love gummies, but it's really hard for me to find vegan gummies, like gummy bears, gummy worms, because they have gelatin in them. And these do not have gelatin, and they're not like gummies, but they're these Airheads Extreme Bites. So they're like the extreme like straws, the sour straws, but they're like in bite form. So I did enjoy a couple of these because it was a movie, so why not? And then I did have some Sprite as well. I love me a good Sprite. So if you enjoyed this video, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel for a lot more videos like this and others that are completely not like this at all. If you hate this, then I've got other things that you might like. And I really appreciate you being here. I can't even tell you that enough. So if you have any, I also want to mention, sorry, I also took a vitamin C supplement because it's winter. I need to get my hands on some elderberry syrup. Some people say that it's really easy to make by yourself, and I'm like, is it though? So yeah, just to keep my immune system up for the winter. I tend not to get sick, but you know, just in case. I do work in a restaurant, so I'm touching everybody's stuff all day long, all the time, and you know, bleh. But I did take a vitamin C, and then of course my prenatal vitamin. I will link my favorite prenatal vitamin in the description box below. It's vegan, it's awesome, but I gotta go take this. If you guys, you know, wanna follow this, give me 1 second, okay? Okay, but anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video.